Alright, deep breath. Here we go. So today, my friend, we're diving into one of the strangest, boldest, and most debated films in cinema history, A Clockwork Orange, released back in 1971 and directed by the legendary Stanley Kubrick. And trust me, the behind-the-scenes stories? Oh, they're just as weird as the film itself. So sit back, relax, maybe grab a cup of tea or whatever you like, because we're about to explore 12 weird facts that you probably didn't know about this iconic movie. Fact 1. Kubrick almost didn't direct it. So, here's a weird one to start with. You won't believe this. Kubrick actually rejected the project the first time he read the book. He said the tone didn't match what he wanted to do at the moment. Can you imagine that? Kubrick, the Kubrick, saying, nah, too dark for me right now. Then later on, someone gave him the book again, and this time something clicked, and boom, he ended up making one of the most controversial films ever. Funny how timing changes everything, right? Fact 2. McDowell never auditioned. This one always makes me smile. Kubrick saw Malcolm McDowell in another movie called If, and just decided, yep, that's Alex. No auditions, no tests, nothing. Just straight up, you're my guy. Honestly, that must have been both exciting and terrifying, getting thrown into such a wild film without even preparing for it. What would you do if a director just handed you the craziest role of your career like that? Fact 3. The eye scene caused real injuries. Okay, friend, you know that eye-opening scene? The one audiences never forget? Well, McDowell didn't forget it either, because he scratched his cornea and temporarily lost sight in one eye while filming it. And here's the kicker. Kubrick apologized only after the shot was complete. It's one of those dedication meets madness moments on set. Makes you wonder, would you keep filming after losing sight for a moment? I sure wouldn't. Fact 4. The Droog's costume came from Malcolm's wardrobe. So get this, that whole white cricket gear outfit? It wasn't designed by the costume department at first. McDowell literally brought in his own cricket uniform and said, let me try this. Kubrick looked at it and said, perfect. And suddenly, that simple outfit became one of the most recognizable movie costumes ever. It's amazing how the weirdest things come from accidents. Fact 5. The Milk Bar mannequins were made from real models. This one is strange, but in a Kubrick kind of way. The sculptor actually used real women as models to create the futuristic, surreal figures inside the Korova Milk Bar. Kubrick wanted the environment to feel just slightly uncomfortable, not graphic, not disturbing, just off. And it ended up giving the film that unforgettable visual style. Art can be weird sometimes, right? Fact 6. Kubrick banned his own film. Alright, friend, here comes one of the wildest facts. The movie wasn't banned by the government. Kubrick himself pulled it from theaters in the UK. Why? Because he was worried about people misunderstanding the film's themes and associating it with real-life incidents. So he personally requested it be withdrawn. Can you imagine a director banning their own masterpiece? That's rare. Fact 7. Beethoven wasn't originally meant to be so central. So here's something fun. Beethoven's music wasn't supposed to be such a big part of Alex's character. But Malcolm McDowell said, hey, Alex should love classical music passionately. Kubrick liked that idea so much that he rewrote scenes around it, and now Beethoven is forever linked to the film. Shows how a single actor's suggestion can reshape cinema history. Fact 8. Singin' in the Rain was improvised. This moment is absolutely classic. McDowell started singing it spontaneously during a scene because he felt the moment needed something oddly cheerful. Kubrick heard it and said, perfect, that's it. He literally went out the same day and bought the rights to the song. It turned into one of the strangest contrasts in film, cheerful song plus tense moment. That's Kubrick for you. Fact 9. Kubrick's obsession with takes. Let me tell you something. The cast suffered. Kubrick was famous for doing up to 60 takes of the same shot. Actors joked that they were being psychologically conditioned in real life, just like the characters. McDowell once said, Kubrick directed us and tortured us. All in good humor, of course, but you can imagine how exhausting that must have been. Fact 10. The futuristic sets were real locations. Instead of building expensive futuristic sets, Kubrick went hunting around London for modern buildings that had that strange, cold look. He He wanted the future to feel realistic, like the world could actually end up that way. And honestly, it worked. The film feels so real, so grounded, even today. Sometimes reality is stranger than set design. Fact 11. The ending was changed from the book. A lot of people don't know this. The book had a softer, more reflective ending. Kubrick didn't like that tone, so he dropped the final chapter entirely. He wanted the movie's message to remain sharper and more thought-provoking. Book fans were not happy, but Kubrick stood his ground. Which version do you prefer, hopeful or cynical? Fact 12. The controversy became too much for Kubrick. After the film released, the attention got overwhelming. Some people misunderstood the themes, some overreacted, and Kubrick didn't want to fuel the fire. He eventually stopped talking about the movie publicly and refused to give interviews about it. It's wild how a movie meant to spark thought ended up becoming something Kubrick wanted to distance himself from. And there you have it. 12 of the weirdest, strangest, and most fascinating facts about A Clockwork Orange. It's amazing how much story sits behind the story, right? If you enjoyed diving into this with me, and if you love old movies as much as I do, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because we've got plenty more classic movie stories coming your way. Take a breath, relax, and I'll see you in the next one.